What's up, guys? Noah here. Today I am joined here with Sumair.
What's up? What's up, everyone?
We just saw the Sonic movie
yesterday,
and we're gonna do two reviews of it. We're gonna first start with a non-spoiler review. So we're gonna talk about the movie. So if you have not seen it, you can still watch this video for the first few minutes, and then we will get into spoilers. You have anything to add before we get started?
Anything to add?
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. And it's serious.
If you have not even heard of the Sonic movie over the past year, I don't know where you have been living, but it's clearly under a rock because Sonic has been like the most memed and like hyped up movie of basically last year.
Yeah.
Like starting like last February,
Yeah,
I would say.
They dropped that trailer.
They dropped the trailer.
I don't know what I saw.
It was bad.
But I was a little bit appalled by it.
Yeah, it was scary. Especially with like just like the very human teeth.
It was like a human being.
Yeah, but also Sonic.
It was disgusting.
It was really gross. And he was just like, the Twitter was just like, can't a guy work out? And it's just like, bro, no.
Everyone was just bullying the studio.
Yeah.
And normally I wouldn't be for that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like their artistry.
Yeah.
But it was bad.
It was terrible. It didn't look like Sonic. It wasn't Sonic. They made a blue creature and called it Sonic, and that's just no. Like, I'm wearing a blue shirt and I'm not Sonic.
Right.
And it's just like, you can't do it. So then they reanimated the entire movie, and at first I was not happy about that. I was like, why? Because the Sonic movie's like gonna be bad, and so if Sonic doesn't look bad, then like the memes aren't gonna be as good.
Right.
The plot's gonna be so glaring because it's gonna be terrible, and it's just like it wasn't gonna be good.
Right.
But then we saw it and we're like, oh, it finally looks like Sonic, and I was like, kind of like, just It was like I was like, why? Like I kind of wanted like really shitty memes.
Yeah.
From the movie.
I think it definitely lowered the comedic value of the film.
Exactly. It's just gonna then be a bad film, not like
And like, but the thing is, if it stayed like that, we would just be going to watch it to laugh at it.
Yes.
You know, I wouldn't be seriously watching.
Yeah,
this
we
film.
went. Yeah, exactly.
So,
and then they changed it, and then we saw it, and holy fuck, was it an amazing movie! So last night we saw it. On Valentine's Day, opening night at like 9:30, we all went together, go like the gram, and it was way better than I think anyone would have thought.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit more critical of it than you guys were, but I feel like I expected, like, you remember like the Angry Birds movie?
Yeah.
I expected to be going into that, but it actually had like merits.
Yeah, it had like an actual plot.
Yeah.
Like, if you removed, like, all the characters and you just, like, looked at a plot perspective, it's like, whoa, it's, like, a good plot.
Movie.
And then you add Sonic in, and it's like, holy fuck, it's Sonic.
I mean, yeah, like, it's a good movie without the Sonic, like, product placement.
Like, it didn't need to be Sonic to make it work, and it, like, would have still be, like, a fine film. Like, it's just, like, it's a plot, and it's great, and then you add Sonic and it's like, whoa. Right. And like the amount of fan service in the entire movie was really good. Like there was a lot of detail of like just everything. And I can't really like, I don't want to be so specific because there's still no spoilers in the movie yet. But it's way better than I would have expected. It was a whole theater of college students. And it's like,
People came in like anime wigs.
And it was like it is targeted towards kids.
Yeah.
And I think that there was a lot of jokes that like are for adults. I think that like overall like there's like a lot of stuff for the kids, but also the adults could laugh because in the theater there was a lot of people just like genuinely laughing.
Right. Like it's not like slapstick comedy, but it's like it's not even it's so stupid it's funny.
It's funny.
It's not adult humor at all, but it's just something that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird because like you wouldn't expect that from this type of movie.
Right.
And that's what we got. And it was just like there was just like some parts where like just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, which he was fantastic in this film. You should just go see it just because of him.
Jim Carrey.
And he was genuinely so funny. And literally at some parts, the entire theater just like was roaring with laughter. And it was I really like it. Personally, I would rate it probably like a high 7, like 8 out of 10. Like, there are obviously some flaws. It's not a perfect film, but if you're just going, especially if you have like a little cousin or like a little sibling, or you just want like a good time, this is a great movie to watch.
Yeah, it's like a really, not really, but a good popcorn movie.
It's a really
good popcorn flick.
It's a good film, and if you like Sonic, you'll definitely like this movie. Especially stay for the end credit scenes. That's not spoiling. There's two. So especially if you're a Sonic fan, stay for both of those because those are good for you.
I do have some grievances with the movie.
Oh.
I feel like I should voice them.
Yes.
So, I said really good popcorn flick, not really good movie. It's a good movie, but I do have some issues with it. I just feel like I got a little bored kind of in the middle act. Like in the second act, I feel like it dragged on a little bit. And there were really, really good moments, but at some parts, it kind of... I just feel like it just went on... It was an hour and a half long movie, but it felt a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it felt like it did feel like around like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But some parts did drag.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But like...
And I think the moments that you get to see in the movie and just like kind of the parts that make up the whole make up for the fact that the movie in and of itself wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. And I shouldn't expect it to. It was a lot better than what I did expect, but there are some issues where it's like, how much longer is this gonna go on? And I don't know if I can exactly voice where that is, but it was I just felt that way.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, some parts, definitely like in the center of the film, like it did drag on a little too long in some scenes, and so this is actually a great way to transition into like spoilers. So if you have not seen the film, go watch it and then come back to this video. If you have seen the film, or if you just don't care, continue watching, because here's like spoilers. Baby Sonic is where it's at. I'm sorry.
I have to,
dude.
I have to respectfully disagree. Baby Yoda is the best.
Baby Yoda's great
of all time.
Baby Yoda's great, but Baby Yoda is also 50 years old, and Baby Sonic's an actual baby.
I liked Baby Sonic, and he wasn't really Baby Sonic. It was
it was like it was like a 10-year-old.
Yeah,
he wasn't really a baby. He was just like little kid Sonic. I don't know how old Sonic is usually though.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the Sonic lore.
I don't either.
I don't.
Within the first 5 minutes, we get like a little backstory of like the classic like Green Hills Zone. We have the whole loop-de-loop, and like he's there with like his mom Owl. I don't really know who she was, but like, oops, she dies. Whoops.
Here's
And
the thing, I don't know like enough about.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm not a Sonic. I wouldn't call myself a Sonic fan.
No, I would not.
I'm a fan of other things that like include Sonic.
Yeah,
but I've never been like.
Yeah, I'm an Olympic. I'm like
Sonic.
I'm more Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games type fan than like let me play the classic like Sega Genesis like type games.
Yeah, like Sonic's like an added bonus.
Yeah,
to things
exactly.
That I already
like
enjoy.
I'll play him sometimes in Smash, but like that's about it. So like we don't know anything about like his mom. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think anyone knows.
She's some kind of weird like
owl
anamorphous. You know those books from like 3rd grade?
Yeah.
She's like one of those.
She's just like, you gotta keep running. You just gotta go. You gotta go fast. And like, it just keep running and never stop running. And so then it like goes and like skips a few years, and he's like in a Green Hill Zone in like Minnesota. And he's just like stalking these people, the main characters of the movie.
Yeah.
For like years on end, just like watching them from a distance. Cause
it's actually a little creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Sonic's a stalker.
If it wasn't Sonic.
If it was just like a person.
If it was Mario, if this was a Mario film, and basically they would watch movies. This guy who's like our kind
Tom.
of our character that we relate to. Tom.
The human character.
Something like that.
Something.
And he's kind of like a cop, and he has his wife, who's like a veterinarian.
Yeah,
and they just live their life.
They're just vibing in Green Hill, Minnesota, and Sonic's there, just like they
watch movies.
And Sonic just watches from a distance.
Now imagine if that was Mario. Like,
Mario.
It's completely dark. That's besides the point, though.
Yeah, no, it's Sonic, and he's like stalking like this entire town, and like because he can't be seen, he has to stay hidden, and that's the whole like situation at hand. And so like his rings that he collects in the games, those are used to like teleport to worlds. So he has a bunch of them. So if he like ever gets seen by anyone, he will use one to like travel to a different world. And he does not want to do that. He likes Earth. He likes like his entire town, but no one knows him, and he gets lonely.
Yeah. Except for that one weirdo.
Yeah, there's a weird dude who like knows of Sonic, but everyone thinks he's crazy, and he calls him the Blue Demon. And he held up a picture of him, and it was actually Sonic, and that was such a great Easter egg. Oh my god, that was fantastic. And so the entire thing, like blah blah blah, more like building of like the human characters. And he's like, oh, like, I'm going to get a job in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, they're going to be moving to San Francisco. And then that's when he meets Sonic in his garage. And then he shoots him with a tranquilizer.
I will say that James Marsden's character, which is Tom, is he's very likable.
Yes.
You know, you instantly...
He's always a likable
He's just a cool guy.
Yes, he's the coolest guy.
He's like not a bad cop, but he's like a cop in a town where no crime happens.
Yeah, it's a small town.
It's a small town.
There's nothing happening. He just like he helps you jumpstart like your car. He'll help you like turn on the electricity. Like he's just like a dude, and he's the kind of guy you just call for anything.
It's just like I want that person in my
yes,
life. Like,
you want him. Cool guy. Yes, and he wants to help people in a life or death situation.
Right.
And so that's why he wants to take the job that he was offered in San Francisco, because then he could be a real cop and not just like the small town cop. And then he meets Sonic, shoots him in the leg. Sonic can't go fast. And then we meet Mr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey. I'm not saying
we have to talk about the baseball scene. That was a cool sequence.
Yes.
We missed that.
We did. We completely skipped over it. The baseball scene.
I actually really like that entire sequence.
That was a really, like, it was a very emotional sequence for no reason. As well as
I was about to cry.
Literally, you were about to cry for Sonic, and you like why? So basically, the scene is like, it starts with just like a normal baseball game happening. It's just like 10-year-olds playing their little league baseball, and this kid hits a home run out of the park. He's high-fiving his friends, having just like the best time. And then it like goes, and it's like later, and then Sonic's there because like he can't be seen, but like Sonic saw the game earlier.
Sonic was chilling in the bleachers.
Yeah, Sonic was like, again stalking in the bleachers, and he's just like, dude, that looks pretty fun. And so then he goes and he plays baseball by himself.
Yeah.
And it's like funny at some parts. It's like, oh, he's like the pitcher, he's the he's the batter, he's the catcher, he's the pit stop, he's like every single like aspect, and it's like comedic and it's funny,
right?
And then it like kind of gets emotional because like he hits it and he goes to like high five his friend, but he's all alone. And so that's where it's like, aw, he's like all alone, and then he gets like emotional and he starts like running the bases like fast, and you saw this in the trailer, and like he runs fast.
He gets his like, again, I don't know enough about the Sonic
lore.
He gets like super
mode.
Yeah, he gets like
where he like turns extra blue.
Yeah, the mode where he like spins in his ball. He hasn't discovered that like power yet. So like he gets electrically charged blue and he starts running fast, and he runs so fast that he causes like an entire like tri-state area to just lose its power.
And then it cuts to like this cliche, like
the most
president.
Cliche.
It cuts to like the Pentagon,
literally
the Pentagon, and they're like, "What do we do, guys?"
So they're there, and they're like, "Oh, there's a huge power outage in this area. We think it's terrorists." And then the main general, is just like, "Guys, I know exactly who we need to call in." And they're like, "Please don't fucking say it." And it's just like, "Guys, I also hate myself, but we have to."
No, but what they said was like, he has apparently 5 PhDs, which I get.
Yeah, 5.
But then they tried to relate it to like real world conflicts.
Yeah,
like they're like the Pakistan conflict, and they're like, who did we call in then? Robotnik. You know, like.
Yeah,
they're trying to get us to believe that like these real like
the third thing
wars that could happen in real life were solved by Robotnik.
That was another genuine funny thing, because like he was like mentioning examples of where Robotnik was like helpful.
Yeah.
And there was one where they were just like, that never happened. He's like, you can thank Robotnik for that one. And it was just so it was so funny. And then it cuts to Jim Carrey at the baseball field. There's already government there. They're analyzing the whole scene. They're like, oh my god, like what happened here? And then Jim Carrey comes in here and he's hilarious. Like, I wish that like I didn't laugh as much as I did, but he was so funny and he was so good at Robotnik. I wish he was kind of less of a dick, but at the same time, because like I kind of want to relate to like most characters in a film. Like kind of like what makes Thanos a great villain is that like he's relatable. He's a father. He's a dude, bro. And you're like, you know what? He is the hero of my Infinity War.
I feel like definitely villains like that have their place, but in a movie like this, you just need a whack job.
Just a whack.
Just an idiot. And that's what...
He was a dick, and he was just... he's like, I have all my robots, and they will, like, beat out any human, like, soldiers. I am here. I'm in charge.
It was just Jim Carrey just being Jim Carrey.
Just literally. And
like,
it was great. He was
like
hilarious.
The Mask, if you've seen The Mask.
Yes.
It was like Jim
that
Carrey.
Chaotic
just
energy.
vibing.
Yes. He was just there, and he's fantastic. And so... he goes and he like traces down that like Sonic is in our main character Tom's house, and he's like, hey, is he in this house? And he's just like, no, he's not. And then all of a sudden, hey, it's Sonic. He's like, hey, I'm Sonic. And he's like, ah! And then he gets like, they're running away, and all of a sudden Tom and Sonic escape. And
he starts like he starts literally trying to kill him.
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik is like, I'm gonna murder both of you. I'm going to like, that's it. You're
dead.
Yeah,
and he starts shooting his house with his drone.
Yeah,
and like I feel like Tom just didn't care.
Yeah,
like,
no, Tom's like, I'm moving to San Francisco
because he's such a great guy.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, when Sonic got shot, he threw a ring by like on accident, and and all of his rings got disappeared in San Francisco.
Oh. Right.
That is like the whole plot point, is that they have to go to San Francisco to get Sonic's rings so he can go back to a different world, because he can't stand Earth because his like identity's discovered. And so Tom and Sonic go on this like buddy cop mission, and they just like drive to fucking San Francisco. They get into a bar fight. There's like a whole suite, like Tom's describing what a bucket list is to Sonic.
That was really that was sweet. And I thought the bar fight was, the whole sequence was just really
the whole sequence was really good.
It was really like,
it was really good.
They stop at a gas station, and he's like, don't move.
Yeah.
And right when he says that, you know that Sonic's gonna move.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
He goes into the bar, and like he causes a bunch of just chaos to occur. And it was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun because they were just like enjoying their night. Tom's like, all right, we can just like vibe here for a little bit. We'll do like what you want to do. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, Tom gets into a little trouble. And then like the whole like sequence, kind of like in, what movie was that? X-Men Days of Future Past, I think, where Quicksilver like freezes.
Where he's like running and like
running so fast that everything's like
things.
So like there's two, I want to say 2 or 3 scenes like that.
Yeah.
So like those are really well animated and really well done, of like everything freezing in place and Sonic's just like moving around fast because he's Sonic.
They're fun to watch, and I think the one in the bar fight went on for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I think it was like a nice, if it went on any longer,
it would have been too long.
Yeah.
It absolutely shouldn't have gone on as long as it did, but I was okay with it because it was like he was rearranging everything.
Every single thing.
What's going to happen?
Literally every single thing was impacted by like Sonic. Yeah. There wasn't like one thing that like, he didn't just change one thing and that was it. So it was like a really cool scene, and then like they go to a motel.
This
like,
was the best part of the film for me.
Yeah,
the motel room scene, because that one actually had like a lot of emotional weight.
Yeah,
and it like and the reason it did is because Sonic's like, I'm never gonna go to sleep, and then he's like, I haven't completed my bucket list. So he does more stuff on his bucket list within the hotel room, and he comes back, and I think he falls asleep or something.
Yeah, and then he's just like, come on, I'm so awake, I am so awake, and then he like passes out.
And then Tom tucks him in.
And it's so cute. It's like, aw, that's like adorable.
But the best part of that scene was he sees on the bucket list, there's one thing that hasn't been crossed off yet, and it's like to make a close friend.
Yeah.
Right there was like, that's the best
just like,
part.
aw, like, because you feel for Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog makes you feel like Sonic.
And then it cuts to the next day, and I think Robotnik is at the bar where they had like the huge fight, and he's like trying to analyze it. More jokes by Jim Carrey. It's hilarious. And then they're on the road, Tom and Sonic, and they're going, and then this is when Sonic finds out. This is like a main conflict between your two protagonists.
Yeah.
Sonic finds out that Tom is moving to San Francisco. He finds out that he's leaving Green Hills to be a cop in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And Sonic is like super sad from this and super angry from
more
this.
Angry than he should have been.
Yeah, he was like,
he
whoa,
was pissed.
What are you doing? This is your family. This is your life. Why would you just leave your home place? And so, because Sonic, he doesn't want to leave Earth. He made all these friends that he's never met before, but he just wants to stay on Earth. And Tom has the ability to stay on Earth. He doesn't have to leave his place, but he's choosing to. And Sonic can't relate to that. He's like, what are you doing? Why would you want to leave this really cool place?
Right.
And it's just like, that scene was, I feel, also like very powerful.
Yeah.
Like compared to like the motel scene, because it's just like Sonic like can't comprehend that like greater opportunities might be somewhere else.
We're like analyzing this movie on such a deep level,
Yes.
but I feel like what makes that scene good is like the whole appeal of like the character of Tom is that he's like this small town guy that's just vibing. So I feel like in that scene I was like, yeah, what are you doing? You know, I agreed with Sonic.
Oh yeah, no. I was just like, why are you leaving your home? Because like this is like you've built your entire place and you're that kind of guy.
But I also feel like just as a human being, like it's like you always want to.
You always kind of want to keep
move forward. So it's like. I know this is a children's movie, but there was some good stuff.
It's like some actual like character development.
Yeah.
And then all of this is happening, and then a harpoon shoots through their car because Robotnik is chasing them, and then we get a car chasing, and it's really goofy.
So normally I'm not one, and this is kind of the part of the movie where I said where it kind of drags down. This is where it started to drag down a little bit for me. But something that this whole car chase scene was like so dumb.
It was so dumb for like that
no reason.
For no reason. It had no right to be as dumb as it was. Sonic's like, oh my god, like there's like a harpoon here.
It literally goes through the dash.
It goes through the dash. The car's still going, and it's just like they're just vibing there, and then like Robotnik's trying to wheel them back in, and then somehow Sonic gets out and like does his big like thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like
well, basically what happens is like he beats Robotnik's got his like Batmobile.
Yeah, he has his giant
car, and like he blows up the car.
Yeah, Sonic does his like ball thing. It's like you saw in the trailer, and he's just like, how are you not dead? He's like, I have no idea. Just like a backflip. This is where like the kids aspect of the movie kind of comes in, where it's just like random comedy for no reason. So like they beat the first car, he explodes it, and he's like, oh my god, that was great. And then a second car comes out, and then they try to beat that, they do it, and then another thing comes out of it, and then it's just like, Tom's like, I can do this one, and then he beats it with a stick, and then a baby bomb comes out, and then that's
it's
where...
like a little mini...
It's like this
mini
tiny
helicopter.
little like helicopter thing, and he's like, oh, this one's cute, can we keep it? And so then like, they pull over because it's like a bomb. It starts beeping, and it's stuck to their hand. So then they get it, and they throw it like on a rock, and they like, after like messing around with the bomb, and then it blows up, and Sonic like, it explodes like 3 feet away from him, and somehow he doesn't die, but like, that's besides the point.
He like dies.
Yeah, he dies
and
for a second. Like,
I hate it when movies do that. Because like, where they try to make you believe that, and I know that this is a kid's movie, but it happens. So they're trying to make you believe that the main character is dead.
Yeah, and because he was not moving at all, and Tom had to like scoop him up in a blanket. He goes to San Francisco. I'm not sure how he got there that fast, but he goes, because wasn't it in Minnesota, Green Hills?
Yeah,
and to San Francisco. That's a trip and a half, I think. I mean, I'm not too...
I don't know a lot about
I don't know a lot
about
maps, but like, it seems like it's a trip and a half, not like just a day.
And also, he was essentially driving in half a car at that point, right? Because like...
his whole top of the truck ripped off.
He had a imagine like pulling up and you have like a convertible pickup truck. Like...
He's making moves out here. And so they get to Tom's wife's or girlfriend's sister's house in San Francisco. He's like, you gotta help Sonic, and she's like freaking. She's like not freaking out. She makes that clear. She wasn't freaking out, and then she freaks out. They heal Sonic. He wakes up, and he's gotta go fast. That's when Tom's girlfriend's sister's daughter got Sonic's classic red shoes, which was great because they're like, oh my god, his shoes are all worn out, that's so sad. And then she like runs off and she gets like Sonic his like classic red shoes, and that was great.
It was a good moment.
That was a great moment.
Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know Sonic.
Sonic, the world of Sonic, if you will. But like, it was cool because like you know that he has those red shoes.
Yeah, those are the classic red shoes. And
it was cute, and this is totally product placement. Mm-hmm. Like it was so, but I think they were Pumas.
I think so.
And it was like kind of cute because it's like, it relates to our world, but I also know that they're trying to get you to buy Pumas. They're trying to get your little kid, your little son, to be like, Mom, I want those red Pumas because I want to be Sonic. So.
Exactly. And then like, blah blah blah. They go up to the tower where Sonic has his rings, and this is where this is the third act fight, like most superhero movies.
Yeah, this is where I was like, I got kind of not bored with it, but I feel like
no. Yeah, this is the part where I was like, they could have made it faster or made it a little bit more creative.
And it's like, because I know that like we don't need to analyze this movie so much, but I also feel like we do because I don't know, it's fun, but. Like, this is where I got bored with it because it happens so much where you have this big like third act battle, and you know like the protagonist is gonna pull out some like power move that they reference in the beginning of the movie, you know, and that's kind of what happened, but not really.
Yeah,
it was a little bit better than I expected.
Yeah, so like what happens is Sonic. He goes and he's on top of the building. He's having a really nice moment with Tom, and they're just like saying goodbye. This is like the final time they're gonna like see Sonic. And then Dr. Robotnik's there, and he's like, "LOL, I'm here." And then Sonic is like, "Okay, the humans, like Tom and his girlfriend. I don't know her name.
I think it was Maddie.
Maddie. Yeah. Okay, I feel bad for fucking forgetting, but he's like, you guys can't like." You're not going to survive this because we're all surrounded by like giant Robotniks, like drones.
And Robotnik pulls up in his
he's ship. Fucking giant ship. And so Sonic pushes Tom and Maddie off the building, and then like stops all the bombs from exploding, and he like throws a ring to save Tom and Maddie. But Dr. Robotnik has one of Sonic's, what is it? Like spikes?
The quills.
Quills. And so Dr. Robotnik can go as fast as Sonic now. So when the world like freezes and like Sonic's just like moving at normal speed, so does Dr. Robotnik now. Right. Which I thought was kind of clever. It was just like, so now they're on like an even playing field. Sonic can't just overpower Dr. Robotnik. And so he throws a ring to go to Green Hills to save Tom and Maddie.
They like land in a farm.
They land in a farm.
Kind of looks like it hurt though.
Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, they because they fell off a building and then all of a sudden they landed.
It was kind of a cool sequence though because the ring was like in a vertical. Like, it was like they were falling.
Yes.
But then they end up like.
Yeah, they were falling down, but when they came out of the like portal, they like went horizontal.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, so that was a really cool sequence, and then there's like a huge chase scene. Also, we completely forgot, they did the most cliche thing of, like, the beginning of the movie's, like, this action film, and then it stops and it's like, hey, I'm Sonic. Okay. You're probably wondering how I got here. And I died at that. That was 3 seconds into the film. That was hilarious. That was fucking hysterical. And then it's like, this is the moment where it was the beginning of the movie. He's like, hey, now that, like, you know why this fucking evil guy's trying to chase me, you probably want to know how it ends. So do I. And then it plays. That was... Even though it's a huge cliche, that was hysterical. I love that.
I mean, if it was like a thing where they like did it like unironically, then it'd be stupid.
Yes,
but they did it ironically.
No, they did it ironically.
So
this movie doesn't take itself too seriously, which I love. Like it's good, and I liked it, but they had fun with it, and they were just like, we're just gonna make a goofy Sonic movie, and it was really good. And then there's like the huge chase scene. Dr. Robotnik's like, I'm gonna get ya. And then they start traveling like around the world. Sonic keeps throwing rings, which was cool. They like go on the Great Wall of China. They go to Paris.
Cool.
They go on the pyramids. And then on the pyramids, he throws one last ring. And then that's where Dr. Robotnik like shoots Sonic with like this huge blast. And then Sonic like actually seems dead, like kind of a lot more than before.
But they somehow end up in Green Hills.
Yeah, he threw a ring to Green Hills.
Yeah.
So he throws a ring and he explodes into
the ring.
The ring, and he goes into Green Hills. And that's where he's like in the center of the town. There's people around. They start like running out of the way.
And this is a part that it again makes you think Sonic is dead.
Yeah, Sonic's just like done. And so Dr. Robotnik comes in. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. Tom's there. He's like, I'm gonna save the day. He like goes on top of the ship, I think. Is that the first part? He throws a ring. He like sees the rings.
Yeah. He does he somehow gets on the ship.
I think he throws a ring to get on top of the ship because the rings are basically they're just portals.
Yeah.
You just think of a thing and it's a portal, which is the cool
that's a cool concept.
That's a cool concept. So he goes on and he like hits Robotnik, and then Robotnik fights back and like punches him off. And then he's just there, and he's like, Robotnik's like, why are you trying to save him? He's not even like from this planet. And he's like, that blue thing is more human than you'll ever be. And it's like, oh my god. Oh my god. He's just like, it's his friend. It's his friend Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
They're just like, the best way to describe like Sonic and like Tom is like they're just like bros.
They're just bros. They're just bros. They met yesterday and they're just lifelong best friends.
And like it shouldn't be that way, but it is, and I love it.
Yeah.
You know, it totally works. But then there's the kind of that moment where like the small towns kind of like if you've ever seen, I don't know, everyone's seen this, but like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
At the end of that movie, there's like the Green Goblin sequence, and there's like a big moment where like all the New Yorkers, they're like, you don't mess with people in New York, and they start throwing stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like that happens, where you have like...
Yeah, all the townspeople from Green Hills.
Yeah.
They
like
start like, get out
cop,
of here. Like, you gotta like...
The Sonic guy.
The Sonic guy, the crazy guy. He's just like, that's the Blue Devil. I'm not crazy. They're there. Everyone's just like, get out of town to like start retaliating. And then Tom's there and he's just like, that's my friend, Sonic. And then that's when Sonic's like, oh shit, I made a friend. And that's when it's like, he shoots his eyes open. And he just like starts like... starts electrifying.
He goes into
like
his
blue.
EMP mode.
Yeah. And he's just like, guys, you're gonna want to like step back. And they're like, got you. And so then like Sonic is starting to just fucking wail on Dr. Robotnik. I think what happens is he did that fucking thing. He has like the Force where he like takes the quill from Robotnik. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but he like Robotnik no longer has the sonic power.
Yeah, that was like powering his ship.
Yeah,
he just somehow
summoned it because he has the Force, because this is all Star Wars. And then he goes and he starts wailing on Robotnik. He starts fucking destroying him. He throws a ring into the mushroom world that he doesn't want to go into, and he like charges this huge ball and fucking destroys Robotnik and pushes him into the world. Ring closes. Tom's like...
I felt kind of bad for Robotnik, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Robotnik got the short end of the stick, not gonna lie to you.
He's on this planet all by himself, and it's like, man, this sucks. The mushroom planet.
The mushroom planet. But we get to see him in a little bit. But first, they have their heartwarming moment where it's just like, is this the last time I'll see you? And he's just like, I don't want to leave Earth. And so he's not gonna leave Earth. And then Tom's like, I'm not gonna leave Green Hills. They rebuild their house. Sonic's cave that he lived in before is now the attic, and it's all sweet. It's like their kid, and it's like, aw, that's adorable.
That was a cool
thing. It's a nice, wholesome ending.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. And then, like, Sonic logo comes up, and then there's the first end credit scene.
Oh, God.
And the first one is Robotnik, and this is when you have his bushy-ass mustache.
That was the second one.
That was the first one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That was the first.
Yeah. The first one is his bushy mustache, and he shaved his head, so now he's like... He's the
mad lad himself.
Yes. And so... he's just like, I'm gonna get him. And so that's where it's like, whoa, this is where, like, we cannot wait to see where this franchise goes. credits go, like the colorful credits, not like just like the black screen with the white. So it's like colorful credits, and it's like all these cute like references from the movie in the 16-bit style from like the Sega Genesis. So it's like really cute, really nicely done, and then it goes. Oh my god, I think we all knew it. I think we kind of all knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah,
and it was
Tails.
just as great. It was Tails.
Yeah.
So it's like a picture. It's like the hill, like above Green Hills, and then like a portal opens,
it's like,
and then
Sonic.
And it's just like, oh my gosh,
to here.
Yeah, Sonic's here, and it's Tails starts zooming by, and that was a great moment. That was a fantastic moment, and I cannot wait for the sequel. There has to be a sequel. I can't wait for the Super Smash Bros. Cinematic universe.
This is where I think that Nintendo or whoever, not Nintendo. Actually, this would be Nintendo and Sega. Whoever.
Yeah.
I'm giving you money here. Make a movie about every character in Smash Ultimate, including Wii Fit trainers. Please, make it happen. You know,
I'm thinking like in relation to the MCU, it started with Iron Man, and then they had Hulk, and people like the Hulk. Don't get me wrong, it's a fine movie. I haven't seen it in like probably 10 years.
Yeah.
But like Iron Man's obviously the better one. And people were comparing this movie to Detective Pikachu because it's another live action video game movie. And so it's just like, oh, I wonder like how they'll compare.
Yeah.
And I really liked Detective Pikachu, and I think this was better than Detective Pikachu, in my opinion. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that really is.
Detective Pikachu is a fine film, and I think that Sonic was better. And so kind of how the MCU had Iron Man then Hulk, I think they kind of reversed it where they had like Detective Pikachu and then their flagship title of like Sonic. There's definitely going to be a trilogy for Sonic for sure.
Yeah,
the Mario movie
going to be like Sonic and Tails. And
Sonic and Tails and Sonic and Knuckles. That's going to be fantastic. The Mario movie's coming out in 2022. Illumination Studios. There's new information that they're going off like on a really cool comic. So
Illumination, is it the people that made
the Minions? Yes.
Oh god.
So Goombas are going to be Minions, but also Shigeru Miyamoto is a producer for the Mario movie. So I'm still excited for that. Not gonna lie to you. I love Mario, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Sonic was great. We broke it down like the entire
numerical
movie.
ratings now that we've.
Yeah, now that we've broken it down,
I can give a better numerical rating. So I'll say like 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6.5. Because like I said, like it's great for what it is. It's absolutely great.
It doesn't take itself too seriously. And it's just like
it might be a 7, you know, now that I think
I'm gonna give it, like I said at the beginning, like a high 7, low 8, like a 7.8, 8.3 type rating, because I really just enjoyed it, because even though I'm not a huge like Sonic fan, there was a lot of fan service that I did notice, even as like a casual fan. And even I was more than I would have seen more, and it was just really well made. And I think that the new Sonic, and like I'm glad that they reanimated, because then this movie would not have been. It would have been horrible if they kept the old Sonic. So now that there's a different one, it's like, whoa, it's an actual like really good movie. And even if you don't have like I feel like this is just a movie that it's just a goofy, fun movie that for any age. I don't think you have to be a kid to enjoy this movie. Yeah, it was a theater full of college kids, and we were all, I feel like at some points, just unironically laughing. Because it was just funny. It was a funny movie.
And so I'll say like 6.5 to 7 out of 10 for me, because I don't know, there is definitely a little bit of dragging. Like it's a short movie, but it feels a lot longer.
Yes, it drags at some scenes.
So, but it was really funny. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of, if you like just gaming, even casually, I think you'll get a lot out of
for
the
sure.
movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of references to a lot of different movies, and just like a lot of just like pop culture shit, and there's just jokes every other corner. So it's just a fun time. I think that if you're kind of on the fence to go see it, I would see it. It's definitely like worth your time.
You won't be upset.
Yeah, no.
Watching it, like you won't be like, I regret.
I've only heard like a few people say that it's bad. The main critique from someone is that he flossed twice in the movie, which was a little cringy. Not gonna lie.
The flossing, I have the same problem with like Endgame. Is like You remember when they showed Fortnite?
Yeah.
And that was hilarious at the time. But that really dates the movie because we're gonna look like, think about how we look at like 2010, like YOLO. Mm-hmm. You know, that was so cool back then. Yeah. But now it's like it's cringe. It's a cringe fest.
It's just not. That's
the same thing. They're dating their movies by doing that, and it's like we're gonna look back at it in 10 years and laugh, and not in a good way.
Yeah. So he does floss twice. The first one longer than the second, but that's really like the main problem that I've heard from people. Yeah. Some people are just like, no, that's not a good movie, but I don't think they saw it.
I think if you overanalyze, and I actually was doing this a little bit, once you start looking too deep into it and like,
yeah, it's not winning any Oscars. No. You shouldn't analyze this movie
Best
like
picture.
It's
Best
like,
Picture 2020.
Best Picture Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, you're not supposed to analyze it like compare it to something like Joker in 1917. Like, you don't do
that. Let's compare it to Joker in 1917. Let's do a ranking. So we've seen 3 movies this
school year.
School year. And
in the theater, it was Joker in 1917 and Sonic. And personally, out of enjoyment purposes, I would have to. Just because Sonic I just saw yesterday, I would probably have to say Sonic, then Joker, then 1917. Not that 1917 was bad, but like, it was just kind of like, I just really, I think in like about like 2 weeks I'll say that Joker was better than Sonic, but right now Sonic is definitely better than Joker and any other film I've ever seen my entire life. Perfect 100 out of 10.
Did you just say Sonic was better than any
movie I've ever seen? It's better than Revenge of the Sith. It's better than no, actually that's false. It's not better than The Rise of Skywalker, the best film out of the entire Star Wars franchise.
We should make a video about Rise of Skywalker. Did you do that?
I did not yet. If you want a video on The Rise of Skywalker and more movies, please like this video. If you want Sumair to start his own YouTube channel, then like this video and also comment down below that you want him to start his YouTube channel.
I'll do it.
We'll review
one
more
like.
Movies. Just one
like and I'll do it.
One like. That's all we need. Just one person to like. Or even dislike. Just do something.
Just like, yeah.
Just react.
Like blink twice.
Literally.
If you're alive.
Breathe. That's cool too. And yeah, this was goofy. We've been recording for 45 minutes. And it's gonna be a bitch to edit, but just so you know that when you're watching this video, when it comes out, we recorded this the day before, and I am exhausted while you're watching this because I spent all night editing this. Recording Noah was right. I'm fucking exhausted. It's 3 in the morning, and we're not even done. Holy shit.
Go see Sonic.
Go see Sonic. Support the animators that had to reanimate the entire film because the internet's like bitch and insulted them and bullied them into submission.
One last thing before we go. We've already concluded this video, but I'm sure you can edit this in.
Yeah.
Imagine you're doing your job, right? Like, you're like going to your job wherever you work. Like, if you work in an office job, if you work, I don't know where you work. You probably, if you're watching this, you probably are my age. But like, if you have a job, imagine you're doing that job and your boss puts down a big project and like, let's get this done. This is like your biggest project of the year. You do it, you know, you work hard, you work long, and then they're just like, you need to do the entire thing over again, please.
Because it's terrible.
Because it's bad.
Because everyone hates it.
And it's like, just for that
because you made Sonic look like a human, and it's disgusting. And you have to reanimate it to make it look more like Sonic. Because the internet will not agree with this film if you release it the way it is. And I can't believe they did it, but going in, I was expecting a really shitty movie, and I was not happy that they reanimated it because I really wanted to make fun of it. But after seeing it, after they reanimated it, I can safely say this was a fantastic film, a fantastic time, and I highly recommend it to anyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.